In this video, we are going to learn about how to use an R script file. So what we have seen so far is just like starting R, and you have this command prompt, and you can type various commands here like x equal to 5 and it shows up. Now the difficulty with this approach is that suppose you make some wrong line, you just want to see the value of capital X, you get error messages, or you want to see the value of some variable which is a huge thing and it fills up the entire screen. Now you want to collect all the useful things in a single file, something that you can run later or you can share with me or someone else. And for that you use a script file. And for that you have to first open just some ordinary text editor, not anything fancy like Microsoft Word or anything that allows you to make italic, bold and all those stuff. In this case I am using Linux, so I have opened my editor which is called gedit. This is the name. Or you can use, if you are using Windows, in that case you can use Notepad. If you are using Mac, you will know what text editor to use, plain and simple text editor. Then inside that file you will write whatever R command you want to write. So you can write something like x equal to say 1 to 9, or I could say x equal to seq minus 2 times pi to 2 times pi length equals 1000. So I create a long vector starting from minus 2 pi going up to plus 2 pi, and its length is 1000. Then I compute y equal to sine x, and then I plot x with y, type equals line. That's it, just the R command that you want to execute. Save it. I will save it. Now I have saved it here directly in a file called whatever name you want, ISI. Use the extension R, that is preferable. You can use whatever name, but the extension is important, and whenever you save it, remember the particular folder where you are saving it. In my case, I am saving it in ASU, NAS, other notes, ISI, SM1, whatever. You just remember that name. That is going to be important. So I save it. It's already there, so it's a replace. Now I go to my R session. It's running here. Now R session can load your file if you give the entire path, or it can load from the current working directory. So get, maybe I should increase the font size a little bit so that you can see clearly, get working directory. WD stands for working directory, and I give the 2 parentheses. It says that the working directory is this particular folder. It will be different in your case. You see, this is precisely the folder where I saved my isi.r file. And if you want, you can also check that from inside this. I can type dir, then a set of empty parentheses, and I can see all the files that are in that folder, and I should be able to see isi.r. Yeah, I can see isi.r here. So you know that it is in the correct folder. Then what you do is you just type source. That's the thing which will load it. Source, and what did I call it? isi.r. Notice I am using quotation. You can use single quote or double quote. Hit enter. Immediately those 3 lines are executed, and you see this nice sine curve being plotted on screen. So these are the lines that were executed, and you got this particular output. Okay, so now let us try to understand what are visible from here. So whatever you created over here, these are all visible from this. So you can continue your computation. I can see what is x. X are all those things. What are y? Y are all those things. So if you want, you can do further stuff with the same things. For example, I can say lines, and x, this time I can overlay cos y on top of that. So I am using the same x values and not cos x values with say color equals red. So I can continue my computation to this. Yeah, so I can see the cos card overlaid on the sine card. So whatever thing you type inside your script file will be executed as if you type them at the prompt. There is one exception, and that one exception is if I am typing it here and I just type X, then everything is listed. This will not work from inside this. So if I write X here, I save it again. I just hit Ctrl S to save it, or you can save it explicitly. And I will source it. So because I have already changed the file, you see X is not printed. If you really want to print something from inside a script file, you have to explicitly write print, and then it will print it. So when you are at the prompt, just typing the name of a variable is enough, but when you are inside a script file, you have to explicitly write print and save it again. Now I will source it again, and you see all the things are printed. So understand how to use this. The idea is finally you will share with people only this script file such that they can recreate all the output themselves, and also if you want to give them the output, you can save them as PNG or PDF files. Now you can use further source commands here. You can have another file and you can write source, whatever other file you have, you can source that from there. So sourcing can be nested to arbitrary depth. Now in this case, this file resided in a folder which was its current working directory. In case it is not the same thing, in that case you have to set the working directory. Let's try to do that. Suppose I will just go to get working directory was this. I will use set working directory, and I will use the set working directory as something. Suppose I make it home/AAC, just this. Now if I try to use source, well, let's just check. Now working directory is this. Now if I try to source that, I will get an error message because it says I do not find anything called isi.r in this folder. So it is a very common error message. Once you see that, you have to understand that the folder where you have kept your stuff and the folder where R is looking for it are different. Okay, that's all in this video.